this story is about giving. That a coyote is receiving gifts because he's a fool. So, anyway, in the story, coyote is called a viejo. So Viejo sees a medicine man doing a trick with his eyeballs, and he pulls them out and throws them up in the air, and then he orders them to come back to him, and they come back. And Coyote just begs him and begs him, tell me how to do that trick. And the medicine man's like, it's way too powerful, I can't teach you how to do that. And Coyote just kept bugging him and bugging him, please tell me how to do that with my eyeballs. So finally the medicine man said, all right, I'll tell you, but don't do this trick more than one time or 3 times in one day. Get a good picture? And so he told him how to do the trick. So Coyote was, being the braggart that he is, went back to the town and to all of his friends and said, look at what I can do. And he ordered his eyeballs to jump out of his head and land up in the tree. And all of his friends were so impressed. Wow, how did you learn how to do that? He's like, well, because I'm so powerful and I'm so wonderful and great and all this. And then he ordered them back and they came back. Well, then he met up with another friend of his and did the trick again because they begged him to. And then he ran into more friends in the town women that he wanted to impress, and said, look what I can do. And ordered his eyeballs out of his head, and they landed in the tree, and he ordered them back, and they came back. Well, then he ran into another friend, and by this point he had no idea how many times he had done it. He's like, did I do that 1 time? Did I do it 2 times? Did I do it 3 times? I don't know. I don't care. I'm sure it was 2 times. He's like, okay, eyeballs, go up into the tree. And they did. He said, okay, eyeballs, come back. And they did. And he kept ordering them to come back. And he realized then that he had already used up his 3 times for that day. So Coyote sat there and cried, and he could not see a thing. And all of a sudden, on his shoulder, he felt this tiny little mouse crawling on his shoulder. And the mouse said, why are you crying, Coyote? And Coyote said, because I was stupid, and my eyeballs are up there in the tree rotting, and I can't see a thing. And the mouse said, I'll give you one of my eyes. And Coyote was like, okay, sure. So the mouse gave him an eye. Unfortunately, the eye was very small, and he could barely see anything at all. So he still wasn't really happy about it. And he was still crying. And a buffalo walked by. And Buffalo said, Coyote, why are you crying? Why are you so upset? He said, because I was foolish and my eyeballs are up in the tree rotting, and I have this little eye from a mouse and I can't see anything. And Buffalo was kind and said, well, you know what? I'll give you one of my eyes. So Buffalo gave him an eye, but it was way too big. So Coyote ended up with this huge eyeball and this little eyeball. And he went home to his wife, and his wife looked at him and said, what have you been doing? You've been being foolish again, haven't you? And now look what you've done to yourself. And that's kind of how the story ends. And the moral of it, basically, is to not be a braggart, to not be foolish, but on the other hand, to be giving and caring to others who are in need.